everyone, thanks for coming back to check out my next video. In case you haven't already caught on, I am kind of on a tight filming schedule because I work full-time. I can't always film on different days, so I try and get as much done in one day as possible, usually 2 or 3 days a week, so that way I can continue to upload videos for you all week and make sure that you always have something fresh and new to look at. So I'm rolling right from my Sephora epic failures into my 5 favorite products in my makeup routine. These are products that I pretty much use on a daily basis. They're not all necessarily new. They're definitely new to my routine. Maybe they're things that I've used in the past that I didn't necessarily understand how to use appropriately, or maybe they just didn't suit my skin type or how I chose to do my makeup at that time, but now they definitely serve their purpose. So without further ado, I'm just gonna get right into it there and hopefully I don't talk too fast. So the first thing that I just want to show, and clearly, actually let's start from the beginning. I was going to do one thing, but I might as well do something else. It's a new foundation that I found, and I know everybody talks about the Revlon, the Color Stay Whipped foundation, and I really wanted to try it. My only concern with Revlon that I've actually encountered with some of their other facial products, except for I think the Photo Ready, is they don't really color or cover my color as far as their foundations. They kind of skip, and it'll go from one shade to another shade, and I would have been somewhere in the middle. And I know typically you can buy 2 and, you know, put them together and come up with your actual skin color, but in this case they're both really too cool, too ashy, and like I've said in previous videos, I kind of fall between the neutral to warm color zone or skin colors, so it wouldn't benefit me to mix the 2. The other thing is, you know, it's a drugstore foundation, and drugstore foundations are definitely getting better, and their technology is coming a long way, and so their prices have to go along with that. And I'm okay spending usually max about $12.99 for a foundation in the drugstore, but it better be a darn good foundation, and it better be one that I know about the reputation and one that I'm pretty confident I found my color in. So in this situation, I wasn't confident that Revlon Color Stay had my color. I wasn't confident I could make it, so I wasn't about to spend $13 because that's how much it was. So in kind of exiting the aisle, I passed the CoverGirl section. And I actually love CoverGirl. I have a lot of luck with a lot of their products that I've used previously that I can continue to use. And this is something that was new that I decided to give a shot. So this is their Clean Whipped Cream. This is their new foundation. I have shade number 340. So 340 is my color. Don't know what that means. I do know I'm typically like creamy natural. I think that's a CoverGirl color. I'm typically creamy natural in CoverGirl foundations though. That's pretty much anyone that I own. The 3-in-1, I actually use the cream to powder, all of those, that's pretty much where I fall. Excuse me. And this is one that I was a little concerned just because I used to, well, years and years and years ago, use the Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse, which also came in a jar and was a very dry product. It really wasn't very moist, and I had oily skin at the time because I was a teenager, and then as I started to use it later on, it just didn't work because my skin was drier, so it kind of looked very dry on me. In this situation, and I don't know if you can tell just from looking at it, although maybe yes, because of the way the light's hitting it, this is definitely a more, I'll just move it around so you can see, but this is a more moist product. It's still a whipped mousse, very easily goes on the brush. I do use my Sigma, the F80 flat top kabuki when I use this, and it definitely just diffuses it really well, spreads it out really lightly. I'm able to just literally, I'll take like one corner, even though it doesn't have a corner, I'll take one corner of the brush and kind of dip it along the edge and then just pat it over my skin, and it doesn't ruin the bristles, you know, because I'm able to spread it out, and it diffuses really thinly, but yet at the same time it's I'd say medium to full coverage. The first time that I used it, I did just half my face to see if I bought the right color, and I couldn't see the line, I couldn't see a color difference. The color was spot on. The only thing that gave it away was you couldn't see my blemishes, and I do have a little bit of a breakout now, and so when I have a breakout, I usually will take a little bit more and go back over it before I do concealer, because I do need a little bit more fuller coverage than what it initially gives, but I don't feel like there's anything on my face, and I absolutely love it. I highly recommend it, and it was only $6.99, so it is half the price of the Revlon Color Stay Whipped. So that's that one. And then to follow up, when I do my my foundation, I was giving this a shot, and I'm not going to open it because it's such a mess, but this is the e.l.f. Eyes Lip Face high definition powder. This is a white powder. Why you would want to use these HD powders is because, of course, they don't leave your skin white, and they kind of work almost like a translucent powder, except that with the HD, there's such micro minerals in there that it diffuses the appearance of your skin and kind of gives it a blurred look. What that means is it kind of gives even if you like did foundation and you had like, you know, a matte dark look to your face, or you could see the tan undertone of the foundation, this is going to soften it all up. This is going to, you know, give it's so hard to describe, but like even if you put concealer over a spot and you can kind of see like raised edges on a pimple, if you put an HD powder over that, it's going to blur out those edges. So somebody won't know, am I looking at a pimple, or is it just the way the light's hitting her face? It kind of reflects light and light on your face. It's something that is phenomenal, but it's a mess. So what I did is I happened to find this in the store and decided to give it a try. This is the new Wet n Wild Fergie. There you go. It's hard because it's all in silver. This is the Center Stage Collection Take on the Day Mattifying Powder. So this is marketed as something that's just going to help control oil. What I have found, and sorry, my elbow just hit the table if the camera moved, and I don't know if it's really going to pick it up on camera, but you can see, okay, so I rubbed my finger around and around and around and around in it. And yet my finger has not, it's not solid white. You can see it's kind of reflecting the light that's hitting it. It has a bit of a sheen. The thing is that this has the microparticles, but at the same time, even though you see a sheen on my finger, when it's on my face, you don't look shiny. It just helps to use HD effects to kind of create that blurred look, so you don't know, oh, is that just product? Is it a natural sheen, or is her face oily? Can't really tell, but it does actually control the oil. Places where I normally get shiny and I can feel I'm just a little greasy, I don't get that with this. So this is essentially taking this and putting it into a much neater format. But for $5.99, I will go buy another one. I'm scared that they're actually limited edition, so I'm thinking about it. I'm probably going to go and get some more soon. So this one I used way back when, didn't really know how to use it, how to utilize it, didn't know how to shape my brows even. So I stopped using it, and I bought a backup that I never opened until recently. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Brow Pen. This is a long-wearing brow tint. And I have it in the universal deep shade. There's light and deep, and that's it. This is kind of like liquid eyeliner. It has a felt tip point, though it's very, very, very thin and very short. It can run out of the fluid, so I usually store mine face down. And as far as why I have this other one, this is the NYX product. This is the NYX eyebrow marker in medium. And this one I only saw in medium and dark. I don't know if it comes in a lighter color. These pretty much are the same color. I was really hoping that the NYX was going to be a dupe. The NYX is only $10. I want to say that the Anastasia is about $28, and I was really hoping that this was going to be a dupe and that I could save myself the money in the future. I am actually wearing the NYX today, but I can tell you that I can do my eyebrows in about 2 seconds with the Anastasia. This takes quite a bit longer. The marker kind of runs out of ink really quickly. Sometimes I'm like literally just going back and forth over a section of my eyebrow trying to get something out. The other thing is that sometimes like chunks of liquid come up. It's almost like the fluid has clotted up in the marker, and when I go to put it on, these chunks come out. Then I'm like trying to use the spoolie on my brush to brush them away, and to be honest, this is just messy. It's slightly lighter than the Anastasia. It's really inconsistent in its performance, and it's just totally not worth it. This really does last a decent amount of time for me, so I'd really just much rather every 2 to 3 months, probably. It's been a while since I used it, like I said. But every 3 months or so, I would rather just buy the Anastasia and earn my Sephora beauty points, because the other one, I don't want to like only rely on that and go to use it one morning and no go. So that I actually, just in case anybody's wondering, only use, and I don't know if you can see, bear with me, I only use it for like 2/3 of my eyebrow. I definitely use it for the outer segment, for the arch, and I do definitely go a little bit in from there, just because then when I use Anastasia powder in the front to give it a softer, more blurred effect, It blends better. It all kind of goes into it like it's one product that I'm using. And also it just makes the arch look more natural if I definitely carry that product a little bit before the arch comes up. So the next product is brand new. I've used it several times. I'm going to say it totally wrong, but it's L'Oreal. It's their new, I think it's their new Infallible. I believe the package says Infallible, even though this doesn't. But it's their new eyeliner, Silkissime. 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 Tomato, tomato, but basically it's, you know, essentially spelled like it is Silkissime. There you go. See, I'm not crazy. You can see how it is. But this is black. This is a mess. I'm sorry. Like I said, I've used it several times. So this is a pencil. You do sharpen this. And you can see just, I mean, from like the smallest little, I'll do it again just so you can see on camera. The smallest little touch, you get this dark, dark line. So this is very, very, very creamy. Definitely very intense in color. You'll have a very limited window to work with it. You can smudge it. I prefer to use tools over my finger. Usually I use my finger second because this is a little messy because it is so creamy. What I have found, and it was a big risk to even try it because of how messy I saw that this could be, I did my inner rim. I did top, I did bottom, my entire waterline all the way around, and I do have to say that this is phenomenal. You do have to kind of keep an eye on it throughout the day. You want to use a Q-tip and make sure that none of it drifts like downward into your lower lashes. It kind of would get on my lashes. I'm going to probably need to sharpen it, and that's why it may be so messy lately. But once you put it on there, it does not come off. It does not budge all day. You do not get the little collections in the outer corners of your eyes. You do not blink and see that you're missing a patch. This just goes on and stays on in your waterline like nothing I have ever seen, and I did not expect that from such a creamy product. But with other tools and my fingers combined, it also is very easily smudged on the actual lash line. So I definitely like to use this underneath my eyeshadow, and it gives me such a bold look at the lashes that I can put my eyeshadow over it and still have like that darkened lash line, but it just looks a little bit more natural, and this is just phenomenal. Definitely recommend it. And the last thing I have been using forever and kind of stopped using it for a little bit because I used some other stuff and now I've come back to it. That is the e.l.f. Eyes, Lips, Face Matte Lip Color. This one happens to be a natural. Not as pink as it looks. It's definitely more of a just like a basic nude. I do have pink. I want to say it's called Sweet Tea, Tea Orchid, something with the word tea, and I could swear it had the word orchid in it. But that one is pink. And then I have Nearly Nude or Most Nude. You have to check out their website. If you look at their website and you look for these, but I did get this in other colors, and the reason why is this also is a bit messy. I actually learned from watching a video, yes, this is new. I didn't even know this has been here, and I've literally bought this color 3 times. I've gone through 3 of these. There's a sharpener in the bottom, in the very bottom where you can see the color. You can now see slightly behind that it is completely black. That is so that you can keep a sharp point to this. This is basically a matte lip color. It's supposed to be like a matte lip crayon. However, and I'll show you just what color it is so you can see what I mean by just a basic nude. It's not as pink as the bottom definitely conveys. Even though it says it's matte, to me these are more of a satin finish. They do have some sheen to them. I personally, my trick with these, I typically don't wear them alone. I will either put these on and just put a gloss over them, and I'll fill in my whole lip with them before I put the gloss, or I will put them on, kind of leave the center undone, and use them essentially like a lip liner and go right over them with a lipstick and maybe a gloss if I'm in that kind of mood that day. But the lasting power of them, they're not a long-staying color as far as what they're marketed as. I have no complaints, though. They do last a really long time, and when I use them with my lipstick, they're not too thick. It is like using a lip liner, but something more substantial, and I'm just really satisfied with them, and I can't wait to get my other colors. That is it in a nutshell. These are my 5 favorite components of my daily routine currently. As soon as I get my office finished getting set up, I need to get a mirror. I need to get umbrellas for the studio lighting so that it's not so white on my face. And I'm waiting for some other organization, some other stuff I'm going to be setting up. That should be coming within the next 2 weeks. Hubby also, by the way, great news. Hubby has decided that he is going to get me a better camera, so there won't be any of this jumping stuff as the camera autofocuses in and out. We're actually going to go legit with this. So hopefully it'll be much more satisfactory when you view my videos. You won't get nauseous. You won't need a Dramamine. And you'll just be able to enjoy the content. So as soon as I get everything set up, we will be jumping right into tutorials, and that includes, if you're interested, the look that I am currently wearing. I will get ever so slightly close. I don't know if you can see it. Very, 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 I'm trying to see what the angle is in the camera, but very, very, very subtle smoky eye, some liquid liner. I did not put falsies on today. Very natural tones, understated. Don't forget to subscribe, please, if you want to see what else there is to come. Make sure that you like the video below. Make sure to keep an eye out for the next one that comes out, and comment and let me know what you want to see in the future, because I want to bring you exactly what it is that you're looking to find on YouTube, and just in the way that you want it. So thanks for stopping by for my latest video. I'll see you all soon. Bye.